This is a quick video on how to use the impact analyzer in Howley. So once you've connected your canvas and you've gone through the visuals and the connections, as the next step, what you might want to do is figure out what's triggering what. And this is where the impact analyzer comes into play. If I click that, because Howley is connected directly to your specific HubSpot platform, what we can find are things like lifecycle stage, lead status, email, etc., and see which workflows these properties affect. So if we take lifecycle stage, for example, type in lifecycle, well, it comes up here. We can see the lifecycle stage actually affects 10 workflows. When I click on this, it opens up the not only what it triggers, so it triggers enrollment, but also what it modifies. So a triggered enrollment means that if lifecycle stage is anything specific, then they're moved to or this triggers an enrollment in a specific workflow. So for example, we have an MQL to SQL workflow. If I click on that, I can see that the enrollment here is that when lifecycle stage is any of marketing qualified lead, that is the triggered enrollment of lifecycle stage. Now, if I go back to the impact analyzer and I type in lifecycle stage, I can also see that lifecycle stage modifies certain workflows. So for example, if I go to the convert to MQL workflow and click in on that, we can see that the enrollment here is that when the contact opens emails more than 3 times, or they visit a page on the website, then the lifecycle stage is being set to marketing qualified lead. And what you can do is you can follow this trail all the way through. So when lifecycle stage is set to marketing qualified lead, it starts this workflow here called MQL to SQL, which is, again, when lifecycle stage is any of marketing qualified lead. Then we want to set the lifecycle stage to sales qualified lead. And so there's a lot to look through here as you're going through the impact analyzer. And I think lifecycle stage is a good one because this is where you have your MQL to SQL or SQL to opportunity nurturers or, various workflows that trigger when a lead hits a certain stage through the lifecycle because they've taken certain actions. This is where you want to go and figure out what exactly are these different properties affecting workflow-wise, and you can do here, you can go through here. Another one you might want to look at is lead status. Lead status here, you can see that it triggers enrollment. So lead status, the property triggers the enrollment, welcome new lead. And it does that when lead status is any of new. And if I go back to the impact analyzer, it also modifies these 2 workflows. So open deal test and the become new lead workflow. So I'm going to go to the become new lead workflow. And we can see that when lead status is, when form is submitted, we want to set the lead status to new, which then starts the workflow via the connection, welcome new lead. From here, right, you can start to tell the story of, okay, so become new lead is triggering welcome new lead when lead status is set to new. And then when lifecycle stage is set to lead, it then triggers the re-engagement workflow, which at the very end of this connection here triggers the send special offer, which actually also happens to trigger additional workflows. So this is your way of telling the story of what happens when a new property like lifecycle stage or lead status or anything custom that you have in your own environment is affecting these different workflows. And you can see the connection. Okay, so it becomes new lead, welcome new lead. They are then enrolled into the re-engagement workflow to send special offer. But oopsies, we can see that there are 3 other workflows that are also feeding into the send special offer. And so this is your opportunity, I think, as an admin or agency or in-house marketer to look at all of the workflows that are affecting other workflow as an opportunity to clean everything up. And so that is how you use the impact analyzer.